Hello everyone, welcome to Just Vintage Crochet. I want to make another mystery pattern. We only have 5 left in our bowl. Oops, almost dumped them all out. So I figured, let's go ahead and empty this bowl out. Let's just keep making these until they're all done. And in this video, I do have a community mystery pattern ready for you guys. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, what we do here with our mystery patterns, we have a bunch of patterns from the 1800s to the 1970s. And my son is the one who actually curates all of these for us. He cuts out any photos if there are any. He blacks out anything that could give away what the pattern is. We have no context. We just have the instructions, and we will know what it is when we are done making it, if I make it right. Okay, let's go ahead and pick our pattern. We only got 5 left. All right. What's it gonna be? Number 1, almost right on top. Second one down. This comes from that frustrating book, 1885, The Fancy Work Recreations. Recreations. I wonder if this is me just now realizing, I wonder if this book is vintage for its era. Like 1885, but are they working patterns from like the 1840s? You know what I mean? Like, Okay, so this book here is frustrating because it is a Victorian era pattern. I don't know what their stitch terms are willy-nilly. The photos are willy-nilly. They just sort of match any photo with the pattern, it seems, at some times. And the stitch terms are sometimes UK and sometimes US stitch terms, and they make zero effort to indicate the difference. So these right here are truly, truly the most mystery of our mystery patterns. So let's get this one done. It looks like we only have 1, maybe 2 more patterns from that book. And then that's it. I'm going to tell Justin, I don't want no more patterns from that book. It's just too much. Okay, let's see what materials we're going to need. Let me get you back down here. Okay, it says here, this can be made of ice silk or wool. Commence in the center at bottom with 4 chain, join around. Okay, this can be made of ice silk or wool, but they're not really saying what weight we're looking for, because silk or wool can come in various weights. So let me Google what ice silk is and see what kind of images come up. I'll be right back. Okay, so whenever I Googled what is ice yarn, it's basically, it was a nickname for the yarn, as it is yarn that's very cold to the touch. It's cold on the skin, so it's not like a mulberry yarn, which is more like a cottony feel. This is going to be your satin, cold, sleek, silky, icy type cotton, or silk. So it also said that it comes in various weights, various sizes, various thicknesses. So that was of zero help. I would imagine having the photo and knowing what it is would direct the creator to better judge what size materials, what size thread, and what size hook they're going to need. So I have to go based on nothing. So what I do have here, though, is a gift from a viewer I got a while back. It's wonderful. It's made in England. It is wool. It's very fine. I would say that this is like a number 10 crochet thread, maybe even slightly thinner, ever so slightly thinner. And I also have a gift from another viewer, so I'm going to use all viewer gifts in this video. This I recently got from Linda. It is a bone hook. Isn't that wonderful? And it almost seems like it's a bone hook and knitting needle at the same time. Isn't that wonderful? I don't know the history of this hook. I do know that bone hooks weren't really being used in the 1900s. Some people were still using bone hooks. So I can only assume this one came from the Victorian era, and it's very, very well made. If I must say so, it's probably one of the best made bone hooks I have now in my collection. So thank you so much, Linda, for this. Just wonderful. And thank you for your lovely letter. So I'm going to use this lovely gray wool, vintage gray wool. This person bought this off of Etsy. So it is 100% all wool. It's shockingly soft. As you know, wool can, let's see if it, no, it's treated wool, I believe, because it doesn't smell like a farm. But it is made in England by Lister and Company. It is 3-ply. Isn't that wonderful? Unwind and knit from the outside. Okay, well, that was helpful. I usually center pull. I might still try to center. Oh, I think I did already over here. I think I wanted to play with this in one of our videos and it didn't work out. I think you can center pull this. Let's see. Come on. Well, how much did I unwind? Oh, boy. Yeah, you can center pull. Okay, here we go. Right, so step 1. Oh, what a great pointer. Step 1 is going to be chain 4 and join round. Okay. Yes, this is very, very fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a good hook. Oh, thank you so much, Linda. That's a good hook. It's not catching because there's snags. It's catching because it's bone. And it's really a smooth catch. This is really, really nice. This is definitely one of the nicer bone hooks that I now have in my collection, and I couldn't possibly be more grateful than I am right now. All right, let's join. There we go. I'm going to chain 1 to lock that in. I don't want to lose my center. Okay, it says here, first row, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then it says to double crochet into the stitch that joins the 4, so into our joining stitch. Chain 3, 1 double into the next. So I have to assume that these doubles are UK terms, so that translates into US single crochet. I feel like we're trying to create loops with our chains. So chain 3 and then work a single crochet into our joining stitch. I hope this isn't like the wrong size hook to use because I really want to use this hook. Then it said to chain 3 and chain 3, 1 single crochet into the next chain. Chain 3, 1 single crochet into the same. Oh, okay. So it's really hard for me to see what my next stitch is. So I'm just going to go in. I really don't. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm just going to go right here. I think this is my next stitch. And then chain 3. And then into the same stitch. Okay. To the next, into the same, chain 3, repeat from the star. Now I know what they mean by star. It's these. I'm so used to these being called asterisks or point. Never before have I seen a pattern that physically spelled out the word star. That threw me off so bad the first time we worked a pattern out of this book. Okay, once more from the, twice more, repeat from star, twice more, 1 single under the 3 chain. Under the first 3 chain we made, I believe is what they mean. Okay, 1, 2, 3, next chain over. 1, 2, 3. Wonder if this might help you see what I'm doing a little easier since this is like the same color as my couch. Back into the same stitch. 1, 2, 3. Next stitch over, which is really hard for me to differentiate. One, 2, 3, back into the same stitch. I'm not the biggest fan of working into the chain stitches when working into a ring. They do that a lot in these older patterns. I just am not the biggest fan of doing it. I'm going to try to get 2 loops around that one, just because it was being so stretched out. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's see what we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wonder if we're supposed to do 6. It seems like I have 1 more stitch. Yeah. I don't know. Let me see. How many am I supposed to have worked? Let's see here. Okay. That makes 1. That makes 2. That makes 3. That makes 4, 5. Right? Did I count that out right? 1 double crochet, chain 3, 1 double crochet into the same. That's 1. 1 double crochet, chain 3. Then 1 double crochet into the next. That makes 2. Chain 3, 1 double crochet into the same. I mean, I'm counting 5. Maybe I'm only supposed to have 5. I don't know. 3. I wonder if here is where I would join. That doesn't seem right. Maybe, because I do have 1 stitch left unworked right here. Like that. Twice more. Oh, it just says to work 1 single crochet. Okay. Under the chain, the first chain. All right. I think this is, I have 6 loops, so I can only assume. I don't know. I'm just assuming. It doesn't really look very neat. Hang on. I'll be right back. I'm going to do this off camera and try to make this look a little neater. I'll be right back. Okay, so I did have to switch. I do have a another Victorian arrow bone hook. It's a smaller millimeter. I'm really sorry. I wanted to use this one, but it just wasn't working out. It was just a little too big. So I did switch to this smaller one. I don't even know what size it is. I just grabbed it. So it is, well, the head is wider. Oh, no, it's not. So it's about a 3.5 millimeter. It's about a 3.5 millimeter hook. Okay. So I worked that all around and I wound up with, I just single crocheted into my first loop made. So counting that first loop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 loops. Okay. Now it says row 2, 3 chain, 1 single crochet under the 3 chain last worked. Wait. Under the 3. I'm just going to, I think that means under the same chain that we're in now. 2, 3. So another double crochet here, or single crochet. Okay. 3 chain, 1 single crochet into center of next 3 chain. Okay. Well, it would help if you could actually see what the heck I'm doing, huh? I'm sorry about that. I had the camera pushed up too far. 1, 2, 3 into the center chain. So the center chain there. And then it said repeat, I believe. Okay, repeat from here all around, increasing at each corner by working twice into the same stitch. So this is a corner then. our first stitch made was a corner. I'm going to go ahead and grab 4 of these just so that I know what my 4 corners are, just to make it visually easier. Okay, so this is our first corner made. Where are we at? This was our first corner made right here. Okay. So I'm assuming the next stitch over will be my next corner, or, well, I had 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Okay, the next stitch over will be my next corner. So, make this easier for you to see. 1, 2, 3 to the same stitch. I'm just going to work under the chain and then chain 3, and working under that same chain, I'm going to turn that into a corner. Okay. Now we chain 3 and the center stitch of the next chain 3, so the center chain. And I'm going to chain 3 from there and make a corner into this next chain 3 here. I'm going to work under the chain again. 1, 2, 3, under that chain. Okay, that's my next corner. You know what I should do? Just a moment. I'll be right back. So I grabbed 3 blue. That way I know which is my first corner, but I only have enough room. I wonder if I was supposed to have 7 loops. Oh, maybe I was supposed to have 7 loops, because now I have enough room to make 1 here, 1, 2, 3, to make work in the center chain here. And then I have no more room to make another corner. I surely do not. So let me undo all of this. And now I'm wondering if I was supposed to have 7 loops. It said twice more. Maybe they meant twice more and I needed to make 7 loops. And I'm just not doing my counting right. Okay. Let's start from the very, very beginning. And I think I was joining into the wrong loop with my starting loop. All right. No, that was the right one. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, and then back into the same loop. It's just a little bit tricky to tell. Just a moment. Undid everything. I wanted to be able to keep a close eye on which exactly is my first loop. It's just a little hard for me to tell for some reason. And yes, this is my first loop. Okay. Now, 1, 2, 3. Next, chain stitch over. Okay, but now we're going to work into the same chain. 1, 2, 3. Back into the same chain. 1, 2, 3. Next chain over. One, 2, 3. Same chain. Okay, I don't really have any more stitches left to work in, but I'm just gonna fake it then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think I need 7. 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna work into this here false stitch, and I'm just going to turn it into another chain. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna go back into that. There we go. So just basically forced it. Now I can let you get a look at that. Yeah, I just forced it there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's the number of loops that we need to create this square that we're apparently creating. So now I have to work a single crochet. My hook is backwards. I'm not going to get much done that way. Okay, work a single crochet into our first chain loop made under the chain. Now chain 3 and working under that same 3 chain loop. That should be our first corner of round 2. Okay, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then into the center chain of the next loop over, chain 3, and then under the chain 3, let's make a corner, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, all under the same loop. And I'm going to mark that corner with the blue, chain 3, and into the center chain of the next chain 3 loop over, right there. Okay, now we chain 3 again, and under the next chain 3 loop, we're going to make a corner. Let's see here, 1, 1, 2, 3, and another single crochet. Mark that. Yeah, we needed 7 loops. 1, 2, 3. Chain 3. There I worked my single crochet into the center chain of that loop. Now I'm going to make a corner. Oh no. That's not right either. So then did we need 8 loops? 7 doesn't actually make sense. You need it to be an even number, don't you? Duh. So then did we need 8 loops? I mean, chain 3, 1 single crochet into the same joining stitch. That's 1 loop. Chain 3, 1 single crochet into the next stitch. That's 2. Chain 3, 1 single crochet into the next. That's 3. Chain 3, repeat from star repeat from star twice more. I have a problem with paying attention apparently. Yes, we need 8. Yes, we need 8. Repeat from star twice more, meaning we're going to make a whole bunch. All right, so I get that they want us to work into the chains. I am not, because it is creating too much of an issue for me. So I'm going to kind of go about this my own way, just at the very, very start here, just to make life a little easier on myself. So I'm going to start with a magic circle. That way it doesn't matter how many chains I have to work in. It'll work out. This will be fine. All right. No, I need to start with start with chains. 2, 3. And I'm going to basically make 8 chain 3 loops. That's what I'm going to do. because working in the chains, trying to make sure I have enough chains, it was just becoming, it was causing me little roadblocks because there's only 4 of them. And I get now we're supposed to work, I think we're supposed to work 2 loops into each chain. I don't know, but I'm just going to make life a little easier on myself and do it this way. 3. So I'm just going to work 8. You know what? Since we're working off of single crochets, I'm going to do something else. So yeah, I guess you could say I'm sort of going off pattern here right at the very beginning. I get what they're trying to make here. I mean, I don't get what we're making, but I get what they're going for here at the start. So I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to work 1 single crochet. If I can. Okay, I'm going to work 1 single crochet to start. Now I'm going to chain 3 and complete my first loop. There we go. Let me tighten this up a little bit. Make it. Okay, so I have 1 loop made. All right. You know, if something's worth doing, it's worth doing as right as we can, I guess. Okay. Make my second loop. 1, 2, 3. Make my third loop. Like if they were wanting us to put 2 loops into each stitch, it really wasn't made that clear because it kept saying to go to the next instead of work 2 loops into this chain, now work 2 loops into the next chain. Like I wasn't really getting that. 1, 2, 3. I feel like I was following it as it was written pretty well. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to make 4 more loops. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead and work my 4 loops into this circle, and then I'll be back. Okay, I now have 8 loops worked. I'm going to go ahead and work a single crochet into the first loop. Now let's start round 2. I am assuming that we're working in a continuous round, whatever this is, or a continuous square. I don't know that we actually join. We might. They might have instructions for joining later on. Okay, 1, 2, 3, under the same chain. That's going to be our first corner. All right, I think we may have it this time. Okay, chain 3, 2, 3, into the third chain, the middle chain, sorry, of the next loop. Chain 3. Now work a corner into the next loop. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. And I'm going to mark that. Then we don't work a corner into the next loop. We're going to work into the middle chain. 1, 2, 3. Now we will work a corner. 1, 2, 3. I really do love this this wool thread. So thank you so much for such a lovely gift. Oh, this is wonderful. It feels lovely in the hand too. It's remarkably soft. 1, 2, 3. Okay, no corner. So working into the middle chain. 1, 2, 3. We work a corner. 1, 2, 3 into the same loop. Okay, that's my last corner. All right, perfect. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. And then Okay, increasing at each corner by working twice into the same stitch. Continue to work thus for 3 rows more, then commence the raised patterns, which are only worked on the half of the square that turns over. Uh-oh, that's just, I have no idea what that means. For now, let's worry about this part. 3 rows more, so I'm going to chain 3. 2, 3. And just like before, I'm going to go under the chain and work a corner. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Does that look right? Yeah, I guess it's right. Okay, so working into the center chain here. And then again, 1, 2, 3, the center chain of the next loop. And then chain 3 and make a corner. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to keep track. Okay, it said for the next 3 rows. So I'm working one of 3 rows from the instructions, not total rows. Just said work at 3 rows more. So this is one of the 3 rows more. Finish this corner. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, center chain. 1, 2, 3, center chain. And then a corner. 1, 2, 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. Does that seem right? I mean, I think it does. 1, 2, 3, center chain, chain 3, next chain over into the center, and then the corner. Chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, center, chain 3, and one more time. Chain 3, and single crochet into the first corner. All right, now I'm going to step back and look at what we have here. So this is what we have so far. Okay. So basically we're working up to the 6th row. Okay, work as before, directed till you have turned the 3rd corner, then 8 chain, 1 single into the center. Okay, so now we're going to create the chain sizes, or increase the chain sizes. So then commence the raised patterns, which are only worked on the half of the square that turns over. Maybe this is an explanation of that. I'm going to guess this is an explanation of that. So we'll just leave that alone for now. And I will be back whenever I am basically up to round 6. So we are at round 4 now. So I will be right back. Okay, I have worked my 3 additional rounds. We're actually up to round 6 now. Well, we're ready for round 6. We just finished round 5. So round 6, it says here, work as before, directed. So I'm going to ignore this part right here because I think that this part right here is covered right here. Work as before directed till you have turned the 3rd corner. Then 8 chain. Okay, so work as directed before until we turn the round corner. I said round, 3rd. So when we get to the 3rd, or when we're done with the 3rd, when you have turned the 3rd corner. So what? Here's the 3rd corner when we have turned it like this. Like, do they mean physically turn it like that? Maybe that's what they mean. Okay. So I'm going to chain 3 because I haven't done that yet. Okay, so I haven't closed off this round yet. So here is my last chain 3 of round 5. And I'm going to go ahead and create a corner into the first corner of this square. 1, 2, 3. All right. Here we go. And I'm just going to work as before until I get to the 3rd corner. I mean, I'm going to, so, okay, first, this is going to be the 1st corner. They certainly don't mean this corner, I think. So, okay, yes. So just as we have been doing, working our single crochets into the center chain, over to the next corner, and then working the corner. So I will be right back. I'm going to go ahead and work this bit off camera as this part here is nothing new. And whenever I'm done with this corner, I'll be right back. Okay, I have now turned the 3rd corner. I have 1 corner left to work before we get back to the beginning corner. So now let's see. Okay. Then chain 8, 1 single crochet into the center of the next chain 3. So now we're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1 single crochet into the center chain here. Okay. Okay, then 3 chain and 1 single into the center of the next. Okay, so 3 chain and 1 single crochet into the center of the next. Okay. Okay, then, oh, I got lost. Okay, 3 chain, 1 single into the, okay. Now we do 8 chain and then 1 single, 3 chain and 1 single into the same. Oh, things are going to change. Oh, right. Okay, so 3 chain, okay. So 8 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 single into the middle chain. Okay, then 3 chain 3 and then back into the same stitch. 1 single into the same stitch. Okay, and then it's 8 chain, 1 single into the center of the chain 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. into the center of the next. That's, or do they don't mean the same? They would have said the same, I think. Okay. To the center of the next. The pattern is continued as described, except that, let me hold this part up for you. Okay, let's see here. We did into the same, we did 3 chain, wait, uh-oh, am I lost? Okay, 8 chain, 1, I think I did get ahead. Okay, I have my 8 chain, then my 3 chain into the same, 8 chain, 1, okay, 1 double, oh, I have to do 3 chain. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 double crochet, a single crochet here, all right, and then am I just getting lost? Okay, we started off with 8 chains. Let me just review, because I feel like I've gotten a bit lost. I see what's happening here. Like, I get that part. I think I did it right. I think so. Okay, we started with 8 chains and then a single crochet into the next chain 3. Then our 3 chains, so that was our 8 chains. Then our 3 chains and 1 single into the center of the next. Then 8 chains, 1 single into the center of the next. Okay, then 3 chains and 1 single into the same, which is right here. And then 8 chain, 1 single into the next, which we did right here. And then 3 chain, 1 single into the center of the next 3 chain. And then that's where it stops. So I assume we work the pattern as usual. I think I need to chain 3 for that. So I'm going to do that really quick. So I'm going to chain 3. And then work this corner. One, 2, 3. Okay, now we can carry on. The pattern is continued as described, except that in the next 4 rows, these singles after the chain stitches for the raised patterns are worked into the singles between the chains. Okay, all right, I can do that. The increase is made as usual at the corner, but it does not interfere with the pattern. We did make 1 increase right here. Like, that was an increase. Do they not want us to, wait. This is not even. This is not balanced. See, we start with a corner, then we go 8, 3, 8, a 3 increase, 8, 3, 3, corner. So that's not balanced right there. You guys see what I mean? It's not balanced. And I worked this one in the wrong stitch. This is off to the side. That's not. Okay, so I'm going to work this row again. I'll do that off camera and then come back and show you if I was able to figure it out. But this, I put this stitch in the wrong space. Do you see what I mean? it's not in the center. This one was not in the center either. Or maybe they are in the center, they're just, maybe the last chain is just so small it doesn't seem like they're in the center. And if that's the case, I'm going to put it right. I mean, that's the center stitch right there. What if I just went around? What if I just did that? How would that look? And it looks perfectly fine. But I'm going to stick to the pattern. Okay, I am going to, yeah, that's the center stitch. I'm going to rework this row off camera and figure out why it's so unbalanced over here. See if I didn't miss something. Sometimes I miss things whenever I am on camera. Look at that. I just went around the chain there. I wasn't even thinking at all. I'll be right back. I'm going to rework this row off camera. Okay. So yeah, I see where I made the mistake. 8 chain and then 1 double into the center of the next chain is going to be, I followed it. It's just, it's as if I can work better off camera than on. Isn't that funny? Okay, so 8 chain, I already worked 8 chain. Here's that little like increase right there. Then 8, then 3, single, now 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Into the center. There we go. And then I work a corner. 2, 3. Okay. I just couldn't move on until that was worked out. Now it is worked out. So we have corner, then 8, 3, 8, 3, 8, 3, 8, corner. Perfect. Now to work this out, the pattern is continued as described, except that in the next 4 rows, the single crochets after the chain stitches for the raised patterns are worked into the singles between the chain. Okay. The increase is made as usual at the corner, but it does not interfere with the pattern. I wonder, do I have to do this every time? That almost seems out of place, doesn't it? They must have a reason for it. Maybe we do it just this one time to make this make sense. Chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, into the center of the next chain, and then 3 into the center of the next chain. And let me put this down for you so you can see a little bit. Okay, then 8. There we go. And I think here is where I'm supposed to work my little increase. Back into the same stitch. And then 8. Center of the next stitch. 3. And then 8 one more time. And start the corner of the next round. So that will be round 7 that we're on now. So we're gonna do this until we reach round 11. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 4 rows, like they say. Wonder why we're only doing this on one side. Oh, are we making a shawl? Perhaps. Wonder why they want one side like that. I can't wait to see how this turns out. I'm starting to think it might be a shawl. Okay, make a corner. And I'm going to go ahead and work myself down this way and down this way, and then I'll be back to work this special stitch area with you. But this hasn't changed. Working along here and here is the same. So I will be right back. Okay, here we have made it to the what they're calling the raised stitches. Now they said this time around we work on the double crochet. On the single crochets, that's going to make a lot of stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Compared to our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I guess 7, yeah? Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. Chain 8. 1, 2, 3. And for reference, my first corner, my second corner, and here is my third corner. And I worked my third corner as usual, nothing special. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to work in the single crochet. I guess the very first one. I guess. Now I need to work 3. Am I supposed to go behind? Maybe that's what they mean by the raised stitches. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 3. So maybe, I don't know. Except that in the next 4 rows, the singles after the chain stitches for the raised pattern are worked into the doubles. Okay, no, I think the 8 chain is the raised pattern. So that still begs the question, what do I do now? Okay, are worked between the chain, worked into the doubles between the chain. Okay, after having turned the third corner, work 1 single crochet into the single before the first 8 chain. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing. I have definitely reached a slight impasse here. I don't know if what I did here is even correct. Do I do this? That doesn't seem right. I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't really seem right. None of this seems right. Oh, I feel stuck. I'm just thoroughly stuck. I played with it a little bit. I can't make any sense out of it. So whenever it gets me to this point where I'm whooped, I'm going to go ahead and grab the picture and see if that can't help, because I'd like to get some kind of result out of this. Again, it is not my favorite book. It is this book we are talking about, and I'm not going to lie. Probably the worst antique crochet pattern book I own. All right, I'm going to go and get the photo. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and unmask. Now I am stuck. I have been playing with this off camera for about 20 minutes now. I'm telling you, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Maybe the image will help us make it make sense. because this looks like it could be something worth making, you know. Crochet. Shawl. It's a shawl. Okay. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, it still doesn't totally make sense to me. The detail is not that good, and this book is notorious for giving us any old random baby hat, any old random shawl, and putting it next to the pattern published. What I can see in this pattern is that there is like a row of single crochet between each of the special stitch rows, and I'm trying really hard to make sense of this. I mean, that could be the chain 8s right there. Where the chain 3s come in at, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't get it. And let's look at the border and see if the border at least matches what we're looking at in the photo. Okay. Here we go for the border. First row, 1 single crochet into a stitch, 8 chain, pass over 3 stitches, 1 single crochet into the next, 3 chain, pass over 3 stitches, once repeat. Okay, repeat this 11 times more. That looks like it could match, I suppose, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. That looks like about 7 rows, though. I don't know. It's still really not helpful. I just don't understand. I do feel like perhaps, though, we are using the right thread and hook. This still just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Except that in the 4 next rows, the singles, after the chain stitches for the raised patterns, I'm going to assume the raised patterns are the 8 chains, are worked into the singles between the chain. Okay. So it says to continue to work in that manner. So here's 8 chains. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe I'm screwing up by trying to go in here. Duh. Okay, so maybe I go here. Like that. You know what? Now that actually looks more like the picture. Why didn't I think of that before? Because the picture helped, that's why. Okay, now we work 3 chains, and that goes as usual in the middle, because I'm interpreting this as the 8 chains are the raised stitches, and only they are the ones that are worked into the top of a single crochet. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm sorry, guys, that I could not figure that out without the picture. Sometimes some things just fly over my head. Probably would have been more fun to do this without the picture. So if I ruined this experience for you, I truly, truly am sorry. So here's this little like increase stitch here. I'm just gonna go right into it. It's so small. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then jump over here. One, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, just 3. Yeah. Then into the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then jump over here and we work our corner. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that is what I think it actually, now it looks like it makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to continue to do this for the next 4 rounds, bringing us up to round 11. So I will be right back. Where is my... So that was round... That wasn't round 8, is it? 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, this is round 8 that we're working on. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and finished round 10, and I went ahead and started round 11 because that's nothing new. Round 11 starts the same way as all the other rounds have been, where we're just going to do the same thing here and here. So I didn't feel that it was necessary to jump on here and say, okay, so for round 11, it's just going to be boom and boom, just like we have been doing. And then the pattern says, after having turned the 3rd corner, 1 single crochet into the single crochet before the first 8 chains, then chain 3 and 1 single crochet into the next single crochet. Repeat from star 9 times more. Okay, so I am in the 3rd corner. Now we're going to work 1 single crochet into the single crochet, chain 3, jump over the 8 chain and into the next single crochet, work a single, chain 3, and repeat into the next single crochet. So it said to repeat 9 times more. So we did that from here to here, and now this makes 1 of 9 times more. So I guess a total of 10 is what they're looking for. So that's 1, 2. There we go. That's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Well, we're coming up kind of short. I need to come into here and work my 1, 2, 3, work my corner. It doesn't say to do that, but these patterns, it's a given, you know. You're just supposed to sort of figure it out. Okay, so we were at 7. And then I'm not going to count this one either, because it doesn't include the chain 3. So this makes 8. And then this makes 9. And this makes 10. Repeat from the star 9 times more. One double crochet into the next double before the first chain 8. Chain 3, 1 double into the next double. Repeat from star 9 times more. Yeah. Oh, 9 times meaning, okay, this is another one of those, it's just a me thing. 9 times meaning that working 1 before the 8 chain and 1 into the next double counts as 1 time. So now it makes more sense. So the 2 actions count as 1. Do those 2 actions counting as one a total of 10 times. Now that makes sense. Okay, basically from here to here, if you don't want to worry about all that 9 times more stuff. It's going to basically be from your 3rd corner to your starting corner. 2, 3. I only got that into one little old loop. There we go. Well, it don't wanna. It's gonna have to. You're gonna. You better quit. Oh, is it because I'm already worked in there? It's me again. I'm being the doof. Good Lord, Karina. I'm hungry. My mind is on food. Is that an excuse? Yes. Is it an acceptable one? No. Okay, so let's just finish making our way over to the last corner, which is our 1st corner. And I think I should probably work into the actual stitch here, and then into the corner stitch. Now, row 12, after having turned the 3rd corner, work 1 double crochet into the center of the 3 chains, and then work 3 chains. Repeat from star to end of row. So let me get us over to the third corner really quick, and we will check out how that looks. Okay, work my way around, and you might notice I am not using the bone hook. The bone hook was not snagging a lot, but it was snagging enough, and it was stringing a few of my stitches out, and I thought to myself, well, this may not work out right now, so I grabbed a 3.75 millimeter hook. Okay. Now, I have made my way to the 3rd corner, work one single crochet into center of the 3rd chain. So straight from here, just straight over like that. Okay. And then it says, sorry, to chain 3. And repeat from star to end of row. Not road. Okay. To end of row. Well, surely they mean probably all the way around, because now we're in the 13th, and the 13th is like the 12th. Okay, so the next 2 rows are going to be the same. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and work this all around, but it's really gathering it up now. It's really, really gathering it up, probably on purpose. They probably want this part to really stick out. So I'll be right back. I'm going to work this all the way around. I'm going to work my corners exactly the same and work from here to here. I'll be right back. Okay, so I actually had to go back and rework this first stitch. I genuinely think this was a flaw in the pattern whenever they said to just go from your corner straight over without any chains. I did go back, and from the corner, I worked a chain 3 before I worked all these stitches, and I worked chain 3s before each of the corners, and it's just better. Before it was doing this, and then whenever I tried to go this way, it poked it straight up like this because there just wasn't any give. So I had to go back and fix that, and I think that might have been a pattern error. Okay, so round 13 is going to be the same as the round we just worked. So I'm going to go ahead and work round 13 off camera as it's exactly the same round we just worked. It says right here, okay, continue to repeat from the 6th to the 13th rows until the, we now know, shawl is large enough, and then the border. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished working all around. Now, because I have so many other projects going, more videos to come up with, I'm not going to make the entire shawl. But just like the instructions say, now you start working the 8 chain section again, and that is worked for a total of 5 rows, and then you work these sections. When you get done with, let's see here, in the 14th row, the raised pattern are commenced again. Right. So just continue to repeat rows 6 through 13 until it is large enough for you. So let's go ahead and try out the border. So the border says, things keep falling. The border says, rather vaguely, first row, 1 single crochet into a stitch. It doesn't say which stitch, just into a stitch. So I haven't made my first corner yet, and I went ahead and removed all of my stitch markers because I can see my corners pretty easily now. Okay, so it doesn't say which stitch, just into a stitch. And then we're going to, so, I mean, 8 chain, pass over 3 stitches. So I'm going to say just right into this first single crochet. That's where our A stitch will be. Chain 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then it says to pass over 3 stitches. Well, these 3 chains are 3 stitches. And 1 double crochet into the next chain 3. Well, maybe they mean 1, 2, 3, and then right here. Do you suppose that's what they mean? Or maybe because they just couldn't bother to say which stitch we're supposed to start in. How about just right here? No, because that's going to pull that corner over just like before. Well, doggone it. One double crochet into a stitch. Pick a stitch, any stitch. Okay, how about over here? I mean, they weren't specific. That should work. The pattern should work. After all, it went into a stitch. Okay, I'm being rude. I really don't like this pattern book. Can you tell my bias? Yeah, it's just into a stitch. I mean, ma'am. 1, 2, 3. Pass over 3 stitches, 1 single crochet into the next, chain 3. Pass over 3 stitches, 1 single crochet into the next. Repeat from here. Second row, 1 single crochet into the first double of the last row. Then you work 8 chains and 1 single into the next single, 3 chains, 1 single into the next single. Repeat. Repeat this last row 11 more times. So the first row is sort of our builder row for it, and then this row 2 is the 1 row repeat. The issue for me is which A stitch do we start in, because that's kind of crucial. I'm going to chain 3. And I'm going to jump right into the middle of this chain right here and chain 8. Okay, and then skipping over 3 stitches. I imagine they still want the border to look something like this, so I shouldn't skip too far. But let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to jump right over into the next chain 3 space. Why not? And then repeat. So we're just going to keep doing that. I think. Wait. Into the next chain 3. Pass over 3 stitches. 1. No, wait a minute. Maybe we don't. Okay. 1 single crochet into a stitch, 8 chains. Pass over 3 stitches. Did that. 1 single crochet into the next. Okay, did that. Pass over 3 stitches. And 1, okay. So now no chains. And 1, 2, 3. So let's just jump right into the middle here. Maybe that's what they meant. That's obviously what they meant. That's what they wrote. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll work our double or single crochet here. And then a single crochet into the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. And then 1 into the next. Do you suppose this is what they meant? It is buckling a bit. Not too bad, just a little bit. It does seem to like we are decreasing some stitches here. But maybe they want it to be like that. They want it to straighten out, you know? But okay, you'll do that all around. And then in the next round, the next round would start right here. And it's 1 single crochet into the first single of the last round. So here, right here, right? That's the first. Or do they mean here? Maybe they mean right here. And then it's 8 chain. Yeah, they do mean right here. So you're creating those, it's meant to look like this. So you're creating that sort of rippling out effect. So yeah, in round 2, that's what you would do. And just work chain 3, 1 double into the next double. Okay. So you would chain 3, 1 double into the next. I just don't know. I'll be right back. Okay, so what I actually wound up doing was here on the corners, I chained 3 from the last loop into the corner loop. I would chain 3 all around and it created a nice corner. Okay, so let's look at row 2, the 1 row repeat for the edging. Now I haven't made my corner yet. So here is my first corner of round 2. And I'll go ahead and mark that. So it says to work 1 single crochet into the first single crochet. No, right over here. I'm going to chain 3. Okay. And then chain 8. And 1 single crochet into the next single crochet. Now we chain 3 and 1 single crochet into the next single crochet over because we have 2 single crochets next to each other. There we go. And then repeat 8 chains. And work it into that first single crochet, chain 3, next single crochet over. Okay, just keep repeating that to your corner. I would say work a chain 3 and work your corner and just work this all around over and over for a total of 12 times. So we're working on 2 of 12. or maybe it's a total of 13 times, and we're working on row 2 of 13. As many times as you really want. And there is the end result. There we go. That is our 1885 shawl. Let's see here. There we go. Wait, yeah. There it is. Our 1885 shawl. Okay. Are you guys ready for your mystery pattern? I picked this one out myself. I'm going to show you the pattern first, and then I will leave a screen insert of the stitch translation for you. But this pattern is from 1868. Here is the entire pattern. I will show you this half first so that it's nice and big and bold for you, as it didn't print very, very well. And then here is the second half of the pattern. There is the pattern in full. Okay, it doesn't tell you what material to use, so that you will have to figure out. But usually whenever I approach patterns like this, I just assume if it's 1868, it's going to be probably a sport weight or smaller. And just use a hook size that works well with the sport weight or smaller. Okay, so here are some stitch definitions for you. Okay, so I am super duper, I love doing these. I'm super duper excited to see some of your guys' results come in. You will find my email in the description box down below, all the way down at the bottom of the description box. Just email me your results there, and be sure to include some form of name that you want me to use. So it can be your screen name, so your YouTube username. It can be your first name, or if you're not comfortable with any of that, just the first initial of your first name. And that way I can properly credit you. So I'm going to go ahead and run this for 4 days. So starting from today until day is, what does it say? Okay, today is March 7th. So at the end of the day on March 11th, I will no longer be taking photos. Okay, so at the end of March, at the end of the day on March 11th, I will collect all of the photos and create a video showing the result of the community pattern. I think it's so much fun. I think you guys like doing it. I love doing these. So there you go. That is your community pattern, and I will see you guys really, really soon in the next video. And in the next video, I think you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised and pleased for the next video. As well, it's a surprise. You'll see. It's going to be good times. Okay, I will see you guys real soon.